Welcome to the Slab Podcast, episode 65, where the grades matter, there are no rules. How you doing, Professor O?
65. I'm good. 65 is the retirement age in the old motherland back home. So we're right there. We're right at it. But yeah, good week. Busy. I got a bit of a jacked up throat, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit hoarse, if I sound a bit funny. I don't know what's going on with it again. But how are you? How's your week?
It was pretty good, man. We kicked some ass into my softball league. We mercied them, which was great. Things are on all cylinders. Having some extra time, not in school, so the opposite of what you got going on right now. I'll be back into it in the fall, which sucks, but the extra time right now is nice in the summer and getting to spend some time with everybody. How about you?
Didn't you do a tournament? Didn't you have a tournament, or you played a game or something in the last couple of weeks?
I went to it was a card show or a card. It was I got like second place in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
That was right.
Yeah, yep. I love it. I can sit down and play cardboard games all day. It's such a vibe.
Do you feel like you've got your deck refined? Is it like rock and roll in and you like smooth and no?
I change it all. Every time I go, it's different. I don't just roll in with the same deck, so it's fun. Play the tabletop simulator, mess around with different things, and get into it.
That's funny how you're dynamic with that, because I feel like if I was doing that, I'd try and build a deck the best possible way. I'd spend a lot of time planning, preparing, and getting it ready, and then I'd try to use it and get better at using it myself as much as I can, rather than changing it. I'd rather try and figure out the best way to do it. So yeah, being, like you say, being dynamic and changing it and mess around with it is probably a better approach than that. But
yeah,
it's interesting.
Oh yeah. So let's just cut the crap. Let's just get into the freaking spicy comment, because your boy's a freaking champion.
I know why you want to get into it.
Because I'm a freaking champion. I don't lose.
Winner.
I didn't think I had a chance with what you had said. I guess nobody wants us to have a.
No.
They're like, F that. I don't want to see Greeny and Oak any more than I already do.
Oh my god.
I'm like, damn, you got cooked. I did not think that would happen. Yours wasn't really spicy, but it was.
Maybe that's it.
It was popular.
Maybe it's not spice. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, and I feel like mine's not spicy. Mine, I feel like I'll just say it. So I had said, if you have a full-time job and a family, you should not be spending more than 20 hours on cards in a week. So to do a little math for you guys, there's 7 days in a week. So call it 3 hours a day.
Yep.
That's 21 hours. That is a lot of effing time with cardboard in the hobby. 3 hours a day. Even if, I guess you could break it up and do 8 hours Saturday or something, but Jesus Christ. I don't have time. And I guess full-time job, not call it 9 to 5. So you're booked till 5. Family, you're not jumping into cardboard right after work. Otherwise, like, divorce papers are in the mail.
Yep.
So you're doing the family thing. Your dinner time, just
absolutely
time, and then getting to bedtime. So call it the earliest, sometimes 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's time. It's shutdown time. Time to decompress. You're probably not doing cards every night, because I don't know. It just seems like a lot. You probably should be focusing a little more time with your wife at that time. Like, just my personal opinion. There was stints probably where I was more than 20 hours, and it wasn't great. Like, looking back, I'm like, now I don't do nearly as many uploads and stuff. And that was not just in cards. That was spending time doing YouTube videos. So it was taking a little extra time. I just think that's a lot of time. I think 20 is like high. I feel like 10 for people like us that are like balls deep in this, that's more of a respectable number. But each person is different. I'm curious. So if I had to guess, I'm probably between 10 and 20 somewhere. And that would go to just including scrolling on eBay. Just like that's, in my opinion, you're sourcing, or you're on PWCC, you're sourcing. So all of that considered, I'm probably between 10 and 20. I don't even know. I didn't do too much math, but I'm definitely less than 3 hours a day for sure. No chance. What about you?
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like there's like there's a psychology to this too. There's almost like an emotional impact, because 20 hours for me, right now, on top of the full-time job and stuff like it, and the degree is, I mean, it's not realistic, but say if I wasn't doing a degree. So last year, for instance, right, I was working full-time, and I was doing probably what you're saying, like between 10 and 20, probably low teens. You know, I don't think I was at 20. I don't think I was that close, but I was every night touching something, doing something, searching something. Like, it was a daily thing. Discord throughout, you know, let the dogs out to go bathroom, check Discord, get some lunch, check Discord. Like, you know, if I ever had a break or a moment, and then even then doing it, yeah. And then eBay, PWCC, shipping out stuff, you know, morning, night, that kind of stuff, before or after work, nighttime, just several points during the day. It probably adds up to that, probably low teens. And I could tell you the weeks where I didn't, I could tell, and not in a good way. Like, I felt like I needed that. Like, I wanted that. Like, that was my hobby, and it brings me joy, like, to do it. Like, it genuinely, like, I enjoy searching the cards, buying the cards, selling the cards, talking with people about cards, like building my collection, you know, all the aspects of it. Like, I wanted to put 10 hours a week in. Like, I genuinely, like, I really did. I enjoyed it. And I think 20 hours, that might be a bit too far. It might be a bit too much. I don't know if I'd even enjoy it. And like you say, the impact that would have on family and home life, that's a lot. 3 hours a day is a lot of time to, like, take away from that outside of work, you know, being in a full-time job. Like, I don't think that's a good situation at all. And that's not a hit on anyone. Like, we're not attacking anyone here. Like, don't get us wrong, but priorities, right? Like you might want to think about what really is important, because I can tell you, when you have kids and you see their little faces, only thing that matters, everything changes. Like your whole world completely changes. So
yeah, I think it's different for people. Like, if you don't have kids, you a lot more flexibility there, because then you could some days right after work, you could jump into it. Obviously, you gotta have the conversation,
or even a partner.
Yeah,
I mean,
yep, exactly. And I think everyone's situation is different. Like, there are people probably that are doing this to make money, and maybe they need the extra $200 a month, and they're out there freaking grinding. I mean, if you need the freaking money, get out there and get it. Get your bread. You gotta eat. But
I mean, that's supporting the family, right? At that point, yeah.
Yeah, I think if it were me, though, I'd almost rather just work overtime, try and figure that out, get a job where I can work some overtime. I don't know, because this hobby, like, just to turn those 20 hours into actual dollar signs is just kind of tough to do it frequently without large capital. And
there's a pressure there that I think, for me, doing it that much, like, I don't think I'd enjoy it as much.
Yeah,
I like being able to do it when I do it, and I want to limit the impact that has on my family and friends and work and stuff. You know, I really tried to segregate it, like, separate it out. But yeah, it was a good one. Do you want to go for the trifecta and see if you can?
Go for the
spicy comment this week.
So I typed that out earlier, so I actually was a good boy when I remembered it. I'm like, shit, I gotta type this, because usually those are the good ones, and then I forget them, and it's all bad. So what I said was 85% of Pokemon cards slabbed and graded would sell for more if they were in the raw condition. 85%. Yikes.
Yeah, a lot of expense there. Okay.
Ooh.
Mine is I don't know if I'm gonna upset people or not. I don't know how sensitive people are feeling. Let me know, guys, in the comments. I think Collecticon is for sellers, and I think Card Party is for collectors. So that's the vibes.
Damn, you're definitely gonna piss off a decent amount of people.
Someone's pissed off at that. I know.
That is spicy. Maybe I won't win 3 in a row.
Sorry, not sorry. But we also want your spicy comment. So this week, we want you to throw your spicy comment in there. Thumbs up if you see one that you think's good. You don't have to vote on only one. You can select any, just like every week. Get your spicy comment in there. We're gonna pick 3 people next week when we record. We'll pick 3 people and we'll send you a magnet. If you haven't already received one, obviously if you have one you don't need one, but we'll send 3 of you a magnet. So get your comments in there, no matter how silly, just get something in there and interact. Give us a thumbs up.
Hell yeah. Should probably do a spicy, maybe just do a spicy week next week. Go through the spicy comments. Been a minute.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I'm for that.
Top 3, get it in.
Okay. Sure. I do have another thing, which I think might be a little bit fun for us. Well, a little bit of fun this week. So, I want you and I to do an eBay challenge this week.
I'm nervous.
It's not what you think it is.
All right.
I want us to try and sell the worst possible thing we could sell, and whoever sells the worst thing, like the cheapest, crappiest, most. You can do 5-day auction or buy it now. You can do as many items as you want, but it has to be one that sells. So you can list 100, and if only one sells, that would obviously be the only one. But whoever can get the worst item sold by next Wednesday wins.
What do you consider the worst item? The cheapest?
That's what we'll talk about. So whether it's like a toilet brush is $5, but maybe you sell like a crappy thing for $2. Like, I don't know, whatever. Like, just
used toilet brush.
Anything. It doesn't have to be cards. It doesn't have to be slabs. Just a selling challenge. Instead of trying to sell like amazing stuff for the biggest price, I want to do the exact opposite. I want us to see if we have the sales tactics to sell a pen. Like, can you sell a pen to someone that doesn't need it? Just a regular pen. Like, whatever the crappiest thing is that sells out of the 2 of us, the 2 examples we have, bring the receipts. I want us to do that. And we'll do something fun. We'll do a giveaway to celebrate it.
Go follow my eBay page. You're gonna be seeing some dimes on there.
I'm gonna put some BS stuff up. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be funny. That'll be good. I definitely am looking forward to that. So stay tuned for that one. Next week we'll definitely be recapping that. I want to get into what we did last week for me. You had pulled a bunch of Discord members, and they send you a bunch of photos from their collection. Did the same thing. Took one out of your book, and I got, I think it was 7 entries.
That's a lot.
Now, you gave me the names, right? And then that's what happened.
And then I mixed up the pictures. Yeah.
And then you crossed them out. So let me give you the names. Are you ready? You want to write them down so you can cross them out as you guess?
Yes.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Pokey Fresh.
Okay.
Quilly.
Yeah.
Me. BB.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noto Jake.
Johto.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pikachu. And UAP.
That's a fun group.
So let me share my screen.
This is fun. This is a really fun episode this week. I'm excited for it.
Window, this one, share.
My voice is definitely going.
Sound distinguished.
But yeah, the
This
accent probably off balances a little bit. I feel like
the first one here.
they're really fancy. Auto 10s. How do you get an auto 10? Like it just looks like any other auto.
To Arita from Arita. It'd be cool if that Charmander was on the sketch was on both cards. That would be fire. It was done.
I love he matched the picture too. Like if you matched that one looking that way, like it's almost exactly the same, but like animated, kind of cartoon styled it. Oh my god. I feel like I've seen this card. Someone shared this in Discord, but I don't remember who.
I feel like this is not. I feel like the selection I have is tougher than the one I had. Like you're gonna see these pictures of you're gonna be like, holy shit.
Yeah. Okay, who do I have? I feel like this is fancy. I'm trying to think who
Pinky up.
Fancy.
Graded guards mean fancy. Use code Dagreenshiz.
Yeah. I mean, really though. I'm gonna say Pokefresh.
Now, how did we do this? Though. Do I give you the answer now? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Incorrect. This is UAP.
God damn it. Okay.
Number 2.
UAP is over.
Easy. This looks like a short crimp, 100% shadowless blister inside of a phantom display. This is freaking dope.
I mean, that's like
the jungle and fossil one behind it. What a flex.
Where it all began, right?
Super dope. Man, I'd love to have something like this. I have the only packs I have. I guess I have a bunch of Zapdos packs that are sealed, but no blisters. Blisters are cool. I love the Phantom display.
I love the OG blisters.
Yeah. The new ones are trash, for sure. Not enough cardboard. Who do you think?
I'm thinking Quilly or Johto. Struggling. I think I'm gonna go Johto Jake.
You are correct.
Oh my god, I got one right.
Okay. It's the tattoo on the arm, bro. I didn't even notice.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh my god. I was so focused on the slab. Oh my god. Nice. Okay.
Sheesh.
Japanese promo, Sunken.
Not awake. Volume 4. I mean, Sunken.
It's not my baby Pikachu. It's not my number 2 favorite.
Uyama? Yeah.
No, my Not Awake, number 2 favorite Pikachu artwork of all time. Okay, so
I don't know.
And Spearow.
I had to have seen this, but I don't know if I've ever seen this.
I feel like because it's green, I want to say Pikachu because I feel like it's a grass type dude. I feel like it's a grass dude.
But 10? How is this a 10, my guy? The centering is so effed.
It does look a little left. It does look a little shifted left. But I'm also thinking, did you ask for favorite personal item or just anything?
No. Something from your personal collection.
Oh, okay. Because I think I said like
favorite,
your best or favorite, or like there was like something like rank wise.
That's why it's harder, because this is not going to get easier. I said DM me a cool collection piece. Is officially what I said in the Discord.
Okay, I am gonna go Pikachu then. I was gonna change it if it was favorite because I think it would have been a Scyther, but I think he's trying to throw me off.
You're wrong. This is Quilly.
God damn it. Oh my God, this is so difficult.
I never saw Sunkern coming from Quilly, to be honest.
No, I did not expect that.
I respect it.
Oh my God.
SP stamp prototype stitch. That's cool. I didn't realize.
Oh, this is the one that's like on stonks, right? This is the fancy one that's like this is the big hit.
Is it?
Yeah, the stitch is like this is the like hit. We were talking about it in Discord a little while back. I don't remember if anyone said they had it though. I don't remember this picture being shared. It doesn't look familiar.
Somebody's silent whale.
I can't read what it says.
Where?
It must be in. It
It's
says something on the. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's a white
jumbo. Definitely wise with the bugs.
Yeah, WS White Schwartz. Yep.
Definitely with the format of it.
Such cool cards. I feel like this
okay, so
keep open now. Maybe not. Like the picture, it's got to be cheap.
Like, look at that centering on the top right and then the top left. That's not a 9 for those corners on the centering, right?
We're not here to judge people's cards. But the left or right doesn't look too bad for it's a 9.
On the corner, though, the top corners, like.
I mean, it's pretty close here, too.
Oh, generous. It must be very clean.
8s are. I mean, it's
very
is like
clean.
Auto black labels unless it's off center.
I think I want this card. I like it a lot. I think it's really cute. And ice cream is my favorite food. For anyone that doesn't know, I freaking love ice cream. So I'm double invested. I'm struggling that one. So we've got Pokefresh left, Greeny, BB, and Pikachu still. I kind of want to say it's you. I feel like maybe you're throwing me off a little bit. Throwing yourself in there. I can't see Pokefresh. BB's not touching. Brandon's not touching Vice Stitch cards. And I don't think Pikachu has the time to be dealing with this shit. So it's a toss-up between you and Pokefresh. I think it's you.
Final answer.
Yeah.
No.
God damn it.
It's BB.
What? What the hell?
He's the Lorcana guy. It's Disney. Come on.
I didn't know he was into Lorcana that much.
What?
No, I didn't know he was that big.
He plays it, or he at least played it. I'm pretty sure he plays it.
I don't remember that. Okay, Pikachu. Has to be.
You're wrong.
What? You are messing with me so bad. How is that not?
It's Pokefresh. Dead ass. I'm sorry, dude. You're getting cooked.
I've already got 1 point. I'm so bad at this game. This is so difficult. Okay, that's you, because it's Edison. That's the one that UAP bought. Not UAP.
It's too easy. Yep.
Was it UAP? Who bought it you?
Yeah. No, Brad, G cards.
Brad, that's who it was. Yeah. And it's the number. This is the number like 1 of 1 or something, right?
1 of 1 Thomas Edison card.
Do you know how many times I've searched for a 1 of 1 Edison card since you showed this to try and get you another one? Like,
too many?
No homo, but I've like legit searched my ass off. I've spent a lot of hours trying to find you another 1 of 1, and I haven't.
That card.
I've kind of given up.
They're trying to find him at a convention. He just isn't around for some reason.
I want one with like a piece of his hair like creepily stuck inside it or something.
Yeah.
You know, like one of his pubes or something.
I always like those jars that have like the last breath of like Adolf Hitler or whatever. Those are creepy. The death masks also.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Adolf. What a piece of shit.
Last one. You might be able to get this one right.
I think if my list is up to date, I think I'm good. If I get this wrong, I want to cry. Okay. So he didn't throw me off at all. He stuck true to himself. That white border, I was talking with him about it. Yeah, I'm not going to give details, but yeah, that's like a really fucking cool purchase. I'm very happy for him on that. That's amazing card. Like, there's very, very few people that are ever going to own that card. It's really something special. So I was pretty happy for him. I'm glad you ended on that, because that's a special one. Yeah, super happy for him.
Something about this guy at Test Prints, I tell you.
Yeah,
beautiful stuff.
It's really cool.
All right, so you got 3 right out of 7.
No, I got 2, right?
Jodo, Jake, me, and Pikachu.
Oh yeah, I got you too. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I absolutely suck. Okay.
It was. You've had better outings, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But it was definitely tougher than what I went through last week. Last week it was like them. It would be like me sending you a Diglett or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough.
Yeah, I do feel like it was like more obviously like their collection, like, you know, with their identity kind of thing. But there was also a bigger variation. There was more like widespread scope kind of thing. So yeah.
Fucking sun turned. Jesus, Quilly.
Yeah, well, they really deep. They didn't make it easy for me this week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool.
Brandon, little tinker.
You're like, he don't like white shorts.
No, I don't remember that at all. I don't know where I missed that.
He likes Disney though.
I don't know how I missed that. I don't know.
Well, you probably would have known if you would have saw him in Orlando.
Guess so. Just an asshole. Let's move on, because I did absolutely dreadful on that. But thank you. That was fun. I could feel my heart beating, trying to get it right. So PWCC. Let's talk PWCC. They are retiring the name PWCC. They will be no longer very, very soon. And Fanatics is going to take over and take reign. Did you get a chance to read the article? Have you seen any videos or read up on anything about it? There's a few points I've listed to touch on, but
I have done 0 on it, and I'm excited to talk to you about it. But I have not listened to a video, haven't seen an article. I've known about Fanatics has probably owned them for a year now, and it's been freaking cricket.
That's been a while, yeah, and not much has happened. You're right, yeah.
So very, very cool to see finally something freaking happening though.
Okay, so I'll poke at a couple of things then. So the first thing is, we'll just keep it basic. They're getting rid of the name PWCC, and they're going to call it Fanatics Collects.
Which I think getting rid of the name PWCC is a bright spot. It's been tainted for a long time.
Yep.
I think that it'll only be good things. Obviously, you won't have the brand recognition. That's a huge hurdle. But I think Fanatics is a big enough brand in the card space where it's okay. Like, it's not like you changed it to like Stevie's Cards or something random as F. It's Fanatics. Like, it's like Topps almost.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think PWCC has negative connotations in the past, but people use them selfishly for selfish reasons, like we all do. And they're not PWCC anymore, right? They're Fanatics. Like, they're not PWCC. Yeah. So getting rid of the name and moving it to Fanatics, like you say, taking on that much bigger branding, might be in different areas, but much bigger branding overall. I think it's good. I think it's a good spot. And I like that the simplicity of the name Fanatics Collects, because it's people that are fanatics and they collect. I think they're obviously heavily focused on sports industry and sports, you know, clothing, you know, apparel, or whatever you call it, all that kind of stuff, and everything connected to that. And you can see that a little bit, which we'll touch on a little bit later with one of the aspects. But they did mention some new stuff that they're adding. So they said they're adding new grading partnerships, which I don't know what they're doing there. I don't see PSA partnering with them.
I'm pretty sure they're partnered with everybody else. Pretty sure they have their own
already, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure they already middleman grade for Beckett, CGC, and maybe not SGC, but I'm pretty sure.
So I think that's where my confusion is. Who's the new grading partnership? And it says plural. It says ships.
Probably PSA for sure. Almost slam dunk.
I don't see that though. Like that. Like they're invested themselves in their own platform. It just seems odd.
It's more money.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's not like it's not like they're turning that on. They're not going to give them a nutty ass price. Probably they're going to be like, if you want PSA grading, you're going to pay PSA prices minus. We'll give you a little bit of a boost, sure, but
yeah,
they want to offer the best, as Fanatics should. They want to be able to bring you the best grading company.
I want to stick a pin on that and come back to it in a future video, because I'm very curious what comes of that, if it is PSA, because it seems like that's what they're saying, right? Like Tag. Who else is there to do that with? But
Tag
that, but it also doesn't make sense. So bin marketplace, they said they're adding a new buy it now marketplace, but they already have a buy it now marketplace. So do they mean not on their site? Do they mean somewhere else in a different format? I don't know what they mean by a new buy it now marketplace.
I don't use that shit at all. I've looked a few times inside of the current existing one.
It's dumb.
I don't know. The prices are dumb. I've never seen a card listed in that marketplace that was market effing price.
Never.
Ever. It's always like people just put it in there with dumbass prices. And if somebody buys it, they buy it. Otherwise, they're just kind of sitting in there until they withdraw, trade, or sell on auction.
And I think that's it, right? It's like nothing to lose mentality. So like, why list it at market? Like I could get that at auction. That's market price. So like I'll just list it higher, and if someone wants it, there's a couple of cards that I've looked at, and I mean, one, I was hoping to find one under $50 for this card, and I found one guy had it listed on there for like $900, and I was like what? Like, what's the point? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, that just puts a bad taste in your mouth. So I'm kind of curious what they mean by new, if they mean to shut that down and do it in a new way, or if there's literally a new marketplace they're building somewhere else. Because that's a pretty big statement to say that you're going to build a new buy it now marketplace, and it specifically says that.
eBay.
That was it's kind of what I alluded to earlier. Like I don't know if, because it's not PWCC anymore, so it was PWCC that was banned, right? Not Fanatics.
And
so
is that buy it nows?
Good point. I mean, it is what it is.
There.
So something again to pin it for later and come back to. I'm very curious what's going to come back from that. There's a lot of PWCC stuff here, so I'll try and work through it. Peer-to-peer trading platform, that's what they're going to add, which also kind of exists. You can transfer from a vault to another vault. I don't remember if I've done it. I feel like I did a while back for something simple, but there isn't an emphasis on it. That's not like go do this here. It's not marketed. They're not pushing it, but the option's there when you're looking at your stuff in your vault. Like there's a possibility there when you go to the ship your cards and stuff. So by platform, I don't know what they mean. Like maybe a whole section in there of like trading, Maybe there's like a trade-in section because you got the weekly, the premier, buy it, trade-in. Like, I just trade with anyone rather than just people you know, and they can send you offers or something instead of buy it now. Swap things within the vault because maybe they could charge a small fee but not have to actually change anything. I mean, they just assign the code on the label on the back to someone else. I mean, it seems like it's an easy way to make money. Like, why wouldn't you? Any thoughts on that? Like, do you feel like that's something you'd use? I don't know if I would use that really. I'd send silly offers probably, but
yeah, I like the thought. Like, when I think trading platform, the best place, to be honest, was like Rocket League. When I was trading skins on there, it was so nice.
yeah,
Because you could upload your inventory. Obviously, this will be the same. You'll have your inventory uploaded, and you could just keyword search a few things and get notified, like eBay. Hey, this guy has this item for sale and needs XXX. You have XXX. Ding, ding, ding.
Get to it quick kind of thing. Yeah.
And then they notify you, hey, trade is like, they have what you want. You have what they want. Make it happen. Like,
yep.
There you go, fellas. Both happy customers. Something like that would be cool. To have that type of integration. Because right now, the only thing with notifications really is eBay and their when new listings are there, and it's trash still. It's okay, but it's nothing like that. So that'd be pretty cool. Have some type of
an alert system. I think would make a massive difference to how much it's used and interacted with. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Was that that was outside of the game though, right?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't
third party companies were making all this shit,
that's what I thought. Okay.
Shit was wild.
They also mentioned that they're adding AI and building a concierge with AI, which I don't know what a concierge would do. Maybe help you find cards or alert you, or I don't know what that looks like, what an AI concierge would do on their site. Because you're just going to use the search box to search keywords and then look at what it is. So, I mean,
I think AI concierge is literally just Google. I don't know. It's pretty dumb. It sounds fancy as hell, but it ain't.
Yeah, maybe it's just an AI chat bot where it's like, hey, I need to pay my bill. Okay, click this link. Hey, what is the value of my vault right now? Or how do I ship items? Maybe it's just querying resources, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. They put a lot of stuff. So all these things that I'm referring to, I don't know if I actually said at the beginning, but PWCC basically did a blog post on their site with all these things. So you can go and look at it and read through it yourself if you haven't already. One of the other things they mentioned in there, I got a couple more I want to touch on before we move on.
Oh, yeah.
They said that they're going to start accepting digital collectibles, which I'm hoping is separate. That's in a separate section. They're not going to plug things up a little bit. I feel like that's kind of a good thing for the people in that hobby. I think what I'm worried about is people that don't know much about it getting screwed in that section, buying things that they shouldn't be, thinking they're something that they're not. Because there's a lot of people that still don't really know much about digital collectibles that have been burnt a lot. So that makes me ethically a little bit concerned. But I'm curious what that would look like. And I like the idea of getting new people into it. Like if they find something they enjoy in a new hobby, in that sense, a new collectible. But I'm curious how hard they're going to push that and what it's going to look like. What's your thoughts on that one?
What are those called? I'm drawing a massive blank on what the blockchain images are called again. What are they called?
Like Top Shot type stuff.
Yeah, what's it called? What the massive brain just exited my brain. What's it called? The crypto punks, the freaking Bored Ape Yacht Club. Come on, what are they called?
Oh, you mean the NFT is what you mean?
Fuck.
NFT. Is that what you mean? Yeah. NFTs. Sorry, I thought you meant something else for a second.
No, NFTs. It's crazy that I forgot that. Man, I was living in a good time just now, and you brought this back to my mind.
So they called it digital collectible, not NFT.
That's what I was wondering. Exactly. That's what I was wondering, if it's NFTs or what are we talking about, you think?
So maybe that's a wider scope than we're aware of. Maybe there is other things that aren't technically an NFT, but they're a digital collectible. Or maybe some NFTs are not collectible. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know why they didn't use NFT there. Like because that's what typically you would think of in terms of trading and buying. They just specifically quoted collectibles. Maybe we're reading too much into it. I don't know.
Do you think is there games like Counter CS:GO? Can you legally buy and sell skins?
I don't think any game you can. I don't think any game actually allows you, because it's their IP, it's their intellectual property, right? I don't think any of them. And if they did, you would have to do it on their platform so they can take the cut from it. Like they would want a microtransaction or whatever.
Somebody needs to give us that game. Maybe it's if you know, let me know what that game is in the chat, because I'm curious. I'm sure somebody big effing brain has thought of something, because Rocket League used to do it. They allowed in-game trading.
Yeah, I mean Counter-Strike had a skin on like an AK-47 or something. I forget what it was, but it was like the highest selling skin ever sold. It wasn't too long ago, and it was like $1 million.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not talking baby money there, right? We are talking some serious money that Fanatics obviously wants a cut of that, and I'm sure most of it is $10, $20, $50 things. Like it's a smaller, but there's definitely people buying and spending real money on that stuff. So you're onto a good point there with the games, skins and options and all, accessories. I don't know what they're all called. I'm not hippened with it, but yeah, there's definitely stuff there. So that could be a good area for them to go down. But again, I don't know how they could administer verifying the purchase with it being third party. So
yeah,
I don't know. On the exact flip side, a complete 180 from that, they've also paired with Sotheby's, which is an English. I was talking with you about it. Like that's an English auction house. Like, yeah, a bunch of toffs drinking tea and buying really expensive art. And they're now going to be selling sports cards. Specifically, it only says sports cards. They've been very specific in all of this blog that they did, this post. It says coveted sports cards, and it says sports cards industry. It doesn't mention anything about collectibles or trading cards or comics. Like some comics are crazy money too, but it doesn't mention any of that, just sports. So I am curious if that is going to expand, if that is just them like not citing what actually is like truly happening there. But they said sports cards, and they also said 100,000 plus, which makes it serious. I mean, this is real. And why I say it's the exact flip side is they're in person. Like this is not an online auction that we're talking about. It's not a premiere. It's not it's something where you probably need to hire a middleman to go there, and you talk to him on the phone and he bids for you. Like that is the situation that we're talking about there. Like the real deal auction, like an art trader would do. He'd send someone to go buy a Van Gogh or something. So I did not see that twist at all. Like,
yeah, I
think it's cool. It's way out of my radar, but I do think it's cool. What I would love to see from that, though, which I think we'd all probably enjoy and talk about, is reporting on the sales that happen in there. I want to know what the hell is selling in there and for how much. I don't care who, but like I want to know what people are sending and what's going. 100 grand plus, I'm guessing it's, some of the older
Charizard.
stuff.
First edition base Charizard.
I mean, it says sports cards though, so I'm thinking like some crazy Michael Jordan and some crazy like Babe Ruth or some I don't know, like some of the older sports baseball guys and stuff. I don't know. I can't imagine it's that big of a partnership where they're going to get flooded, but there's going to be some big sales. Yeah. I mean, SGC had some big sales last year, right? Like there are some really big sports card sales. I'm guessing they're going to be graded only. I don't think it actually mentioned that. It just said sports cards, but yeah, there's some cool stuff. So PWCC over, but Fanatics is running with a lot. Suddenly that blog threw a huge burst of changes at us in a lot of different ways that I guess they must have been planning and prepping for a little while there, because we hadn't really seen anything, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to not seeing the black and yellow in my live streams on Sundays anymore. Hopefully they change it to blue. It's a little bit cleaner. Got a quiz for you real quick regarding PWCC and all this.
Okay.
A quiz.
Yeah.
Heritage Auctions, Sotheby's. Who had the biggest gross revenue or the gross sales in 2023?
Sotheby's.
Yes. Any idea, guess where it's at? So to give you an idea, Heritage is at $1.76 billion.
Heritage did 1.76 billion last year. Gross.
Not gross. It just said total sales. 20 sales. Total sales.
That's probably, yeah.
Their gross is probably 15%, 20%, whatever. What do you think Sotheby's is?
I would say 40 billion. Like they're big.
40?
Yeah.
7.9, which is big in my brain. Knowing Heritage is big. It's bigger than, I believe, the company I work for, which is big.
I didn't know Heritage was that big.
1.76 billion. They sell houses on that bitch. Like, they auction luxury real estate. 7.9 billion from Sotheby's. That's a decrease from 8 billion in 2022. Wow.
Worldwide too. Yeah, I mean,
big dogs. Is there an auction house bigger than Sotheby's? I would assume not.
I mean, when I think of an auction house in person, you know, selling fine art and fine antiques and stuff, Sotheby's is the only one I think of. I don't think of anyone else. It's Sotheby's. Like, they're the man.
Yeah.
Which, from your end, I don't have a lot of experience with Heritage, but it sounds like Heritage is maybe the online version of that. Like, maybe they are the man in the online world for auction. Because PWCC ain't doing that. They can't be anywhere close.
No.
Totally.
Sotheby's, do you know the year they were founded? We're just going to keep rolling with the quizzes. I didn't know about them before, really, to be honest. I've named maybe once.
1920s? It's got to be a long time ago.
1766.
That's a lot longer ago, but yeah, it's a pretty old school English. Yeah.
I would love to see that first auction.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple people in that auction.
Jolly good. Yes, me. I'll bid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 1766.
Timothy John William Shakespeare, you win. Yes.
Insane.
Definitely wearing top hats. The motherfuckers bidding on an auction in the 18th century. Definitely wearing some old school top hats full of mercury, crazy as fuck, full of syphilis.
Oh my God.
Definitely fucked their cousins too. Like, the world was fucked up back then. Like, it was a mess.
Is that when the Declaration of Independence came out that same year? Holy shit. What are the odds? That's crazy.
The scale of like history with England and America is like so drastically different. Like the local church, just like the normal local church for me where I grew up, I mean, it's 1,000 years old. It was built in like 1156 or something. It was basically 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Different world. Yeah.
Insane.
But yeah, I think that wraps it for PWCC. A lot there. Yeah, I'm calling it PWCC. Obviously, I mean it's Fanatics, right? Like that's really what it is now. PWCC's very, very gone. That first auction in person with Sotheby's is September, so not just around the corner. But I like that there's a build up to it. There's going to be some hype. I would imagine there's going to be a couple of things. They already have some cards lined up for it and listed, so they're definitely planning and prepping. It seems to be these changes seem to be orchestrated and like they've taken a little while, and they're going to be methodical and try and do it the best possible way. They're not rushing into anything, so I like that. They seem to be professional in that sense, but we'll see the results.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
I want to know what your thoughts are on your PSA 9 Venusaur.
Just a brief recap. So, Poke Knowledge PK had a live stream, something called the D-Gens of, I don't even know. But started with, I think, just him and the basic trainer. Ended up being, I don't even know, 7 or 8 of us on the live stream with him. And Dan Catch 'em All Collectibles scammed us. He had said he had a good heavy pack for sale. We split it 5 ways, $100 a person. Total D-Gens. And we ended up getting a Venusaur out of the pack, which was pretty cool. I would have liked to have done it myself. So I think in my last 2 vintage things was a Venusaur and a Japanese Blastoise from base, from the other Dan Catch 'em All freaking starter deck I bought. So I'm on a streak. I feel like I don't think I'm missing one either. I feel like I don't open a lot of vintage, but yeah, both of those got 9s, the Blastoise and then the Venusaur. So I just striking out left and right. Not great. I think that card's what, $200, $250. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Your audio's gone. You're muted. But yeah, it's
I don't know how
not.
that happened. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not great. But it was fun. It was in the moment. It was really cool. So
yeah, I mean the experience, right? I mean doing it. I was hoping to be on that live. I got slammed that night. It was not fun with test work. I was up till midnight doing tests and exams and all the rest of it, and I was like, I can't. Like, I'm just not going to be fun. Like to join at this point, And I think I don't even think I finished before you guys were done. But when I saw that Venusaur that you posted and it came back already, I was like, wow, that's a cool card. But it's like the worst of the best or the best of the worst kind of situation, right? Like it's a really good card, but it's just like not quite like the exact like best that you would want. But I didn't realize they were $250. Like I didn't realize it was that low right now for those. So
yeah,
it might be a good time to buy some of that stuff. Honestly,
I'm guessing it's $250. It's got to be that low, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize the 9 was that good. That's
that good.
That's tempting. $200 for a base Venusaur 9. I think that's awesome.
I'm looking right now. Hold the beer. Sold item. Japanese, English, 206 last sold on auction. 206 last auction. Yikes.
So why the fuck is Moonbryon going for that much when you have the real cards selling for a quarter of it? That blows my mind.
Moonbryon is the greatest thing to ever happen to this hobby. Shut the fuck up.
It's made a lot happen.
It's more expensive than pretty much out of a pack. If you pull an Umbreon VMAX, it's more expensive than basically every single base set holo you could pull out of a base set pack.
Yeah.
In a raw condition.
It's more expensive than my first BMW that I bought back in England.
A raw Umbreon out of the pack is basically the same price as a raw base set Charizard out of a pack.
Insane.
Because a PSA 9 Charizard is like $900.
Yeah,
That's
which
absurd.
I think is great. Like it is, but
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, it's called.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around it. But I'm also I'm a freaking Pikachu collector. Like I'm not invested. Like there's obviously bias there. I'm not invested in it. My throat's going.
Wild.
Let's touch on tag a little bit because I know you've had a little bit of experience there with them lately. They are making cards and grading them now. I don't realize that was a thing before. I just saw it this week. Yeah, I just learned that they did that they would like make personalized cards and stick them in slabs. I was like, that's kind of cool, but I don't know. I was like surprised, I guess. Like I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, so I think it was the National, and then again at the show in Cali, Burbank card, something like that.
Yeah.
They did this, and you go to their booth. They take a photo of you in front of a green screen, and you walk away with a slab on a necklace with your picture on it. They did that last year at the National,
I didn't know that.
and at this place. Really cool. They look really cool.
Do you know how much it was?
I think they were like $20. You can go online. You can go onto their website and do it. I'm pretty sure you can upload a photo and do it. You can do it for your pets. I don't think they grade it. It's just encapsulated. I think it puts a name on it and stuff.
Like in the same slab. Yeah. I saw they ran a commercial. They ran an ad to try and sell people to do that for Father's Day as a Father's Day gift. Like knowing that wives and girlfriends and stuff, kids would want to do that for their, if they're sports card collector or trading card collector or whatever, they might want that. And I was like, what? I was so confused. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So clearly you know that, but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I want to touch on that because I don't know if everyone knows that they do that.
Cool to get one with my dad in it or one with my family in it. That would be pretty cool. I don't need to see me in a card. But I think a really cool thing they offer with it is like if you're a creator and you want to give cards to like, I don't know, I guess if you want to sell them also, you could do this. But you can get like one-on-one versions. And like if you buy like a stack, I forget what it's called. They have different, I think, number. Like if you buy 200 of them, you're going to get numbered to 75 and different color parallels and different stuff like that, which is pretty freaking cool.
I'm guessing they're not manufacturing the card though, right?
They did at the National. They printed the bitch out right there.
Huh.
There was a competitor to them at this local show, the big sports show in Detroit here this past weekend, that was doing very similar, if not the same thing, that copied them.
Do you know what TAG stands for?
What?
Do you know what TAG stands for? Technical
assisted grading or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was technical authenticated grading or something. I didn't realize what it actually stood for. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Technical, yeah. And where's your cards? You sent them a bunch, right? With your coupon they gave you.
Yeah, they got all 20 cards plus my Zapdos. They officially received May 30th. It shows 10 days turnaround, which 10 business days, which that apparently puts me at tomorrow.
We're right there.
Yeah. So as long as they don't F me like CGC or PSA does, and I get them in 3 months, if I get them in the next week or so, that'd be cool. I'm hoping. I'm really curious. Take a guess. What do you think? A Zapdos that was a 7.5 at CGC, then a 10 at 10.
7. I think they're going to give you a 7. I think the I think they got so scared by it. I think they're going to flip the other way and try and cook CYA. Like, I really think they're going to give you a lower grade.
And that's what's going to be super interesting because I did like I believe it's the more expensive one. I hope I don't know. But how much weight does the surface have? Like if they give the call it a 10-point scale, they're going to give the surface, call it a 6. If the PSA would give it a 6, we'll give the surface a 6. Everything else previously was perfect, almost. It's going to be between 6 and 10.
What's the increment up kind of thing?
Exactly. I'm curious how heavy weighted the surface. That's what I really like. That's why I was excited to send it there and to see how it was all weighting all these different things and how the effect would be on the grade.
So what do you think? What do you think it's going to get?
It would be, if I send it back to CGC now after kind of rolling it out a little bit like I did before I send it to Tag, it should, I'd hope, get an 8.5. I could see, like you said, though, I could see Tag being like 7 is safe. Like you said, 7.5, 8, all of those are safe, respectable. And
I think 8.5 is realistic, though, too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out of the question.
No. Especially when you're doing and factoring in all the other grades. Like when CGC had subgrades, all those other subgrades would carry a shit grade, which is why when they had dents, they were getting sent because you give me a 7 on the surface, everything else is a 9. It's now an 8, 8.5, whatever.
Instead of a 6. Yeah.
And I feel like Tag should be similar because they are also factoring in all these other grades and numbers. So I'm looking forward to see how it's weighted. That's one, but I would like, 8, 5. If it's in the 8s, it's gonna stay in that slab. If it comes back in the 7, I'm gonna crack the bitch. I'm not gonna fucking keep a 7. Jesus Christ. So
we'll see.
It'll be cracked again. The saga doesn't end.
It's gonna end up with Rudy soon. I know.
Oh, there you go. That's the play, or AGS, man.
I'll show this one real quick.
Send that bitch to Beckett. If that gets a black label, that's a $10,000 card.
This is the Solar Eclipse Topps card that was made. There wasn't too many made, actually. It's quite a low number, but it is really clean. Probably my cleanest, best quality card I've ever had.
Yeah,
no joke. Very excited to see what I do with that. I need to figure out a plan. That's what I need to do.
Very cool.
I don't think I showed that last week, so I want to show that real quick.
King of Collectibles on Netflix is out the day of this recording, June 12th.
It's today.
Yeah, the day of this recording. So I watched the last season in a day and a half, a day. I think it was like 6 to 8 episodes. I don't know. It's just really cool to see high production content in hour-long episodes of the hobby.
Yep.
It's really cool. It's strange. And my wife could sit there and watch it and kind of take it in. And like, this is not me. I'm not on this level. I could send this to my boss. My boss was talking to me about cards. He's like, Josh, tell me what the fuck to buy. I'm going to go buy the shit right now. Like, what are we doing? And
in the real world, not just our little hobby community thing. Like now the real world is talking about it. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't. Like, I should have bought Lost Origins 3 months ago, and I told all my friends to. But, yeah, it's strange. I'm excited about the show, though. I'm looking forward to watching it. Definitely going to start tomorrow's Thursday, so hopefully going to start that show tomorrow with the wife. If not, later today. Watch the first episode. What about you? You excited?
Yeah, I don't think I watched the last episode. I can't remember if I wrapped the actual season up, so I might have to finish that one out. But yeah, I'll get to it. I do want to touch real quick. You mentioned about your boss saying like what to buy right now, and obviously like we're not at a point where like we're gonna create buyouts or anything. But I don't know if you've noticed Celebrations boxes, like all the different boxes, are like really cheap. Like they haven't really gone up that much, but the packs have, which is interesting to me. Like a lot of the different collector boxes and things with the promos and stuff, they're still really affordable, and I really don't think there will be in the future. Like I think that's going to be something that people are really going to gravitate towards. So I don't know if that's just me and I'm too optimistic with that, but I feel like they're super cheap still. Like a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing sell.
Yeah, I don't know why or what I was doing. The Pokemon Center ETB of that, I
Yeah.
looked it up, and it's $100. And I thought that was cheap because
It
I
has
feel
been.
like, yeah, and I feel like more modern ones are more expensive if or the same price. And I
It's
just
been 100 for a while. I sold my ones after a few months for 100. Like it went up and then it's just
hit a
been
wall.
there.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I even have one left. I think I sold them all. I think I got rid of them. But yeah, I mean I'm selling. I just sold Paldea Evolve for 110. Like, how is Paldea Evolve like more than Celebrations? It's very confusing to me. So, no, I'm not trying to like create any kind of buyout or anything, but the packs aren't cheap, and there's a lot of cool cards in there that are still selling well in tens and stuff. That there's definitely something to it. I think it's very surprising, like how cheap a lot of the Celebration stuff still is. So take a look at it for yourselves and make your own things. And throw in the comments if you think I'm an idiot, but I feel very confident that now's a good time to buy it. Even with it going up a little bit.
Real quick, I got one final entry.
Yeah.
For the photo.
Oh, just now.
Last second, it's gonna load. It's
one of those
display case of the latest sets, blisters. Brad cards for PokeChef.
PokeChef.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if he'll send it to me.
Oh.
I'm gonna trade him for it. I want that.
He collects the homies cards. Is loading. Just business cards.
Oh, I got a binder full of them.
Jesus Christ, that's bright.
I'm binder status on those. Love it. Yeah. That's awesome.
Very cool. I wanted to talk real quick. PSA flow lines. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. I can bring this up and show you what they called it a flow line, which is absolute dog balls. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you saw this?
No, I don't. I mean, possibly. I don't remember what it is.
Here we go.
Know when did you say it?
So the slabs are coming with this line right above the card.
The new slab.
Yeah. And PSA saying, "Go F yourself. This is it. This can happen." Literally,
is it in the slab? It's not the card, right?
It's not the card. It's above it's like inside of the plastic. It's like a hairline crack, but they said it's a flow line.
That looks awful.
I would like, what the fuck are we doing? You're gonna tell me? I'd be so pissed. It looks like a freaking terrible scratch. Or I reholder it now because it's got a crack in it. Like, how are they sending these out? Dude, like, if CGC did this, execution, they're dead. Like,
it's bad.
And that public response they had to the person saying, "Go after yourself." It's a flow line. It's production error. It's just the way it's gonna be. Get fisted. No shot. What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, you're not paying for that. Like, that's not what you're paying for.
Oh my god! Like, I was just thinking about the good cards I have. Like, if that was like, ain't nobody accepting this on their PSA 10 first edition base at Charizard, PSA anything. Like, I wouldn't accept this on my freaking Diglett I just got from CGC. Like, dude, you're fixing this. Like, what are we doing? Here you go. I'm sending it back. Small claims for it. Here we go.
That has to quite literally detract from the value what it would sell for, right? Like that. Yeah. If you had that card and another one listed, that one would sell for less, I would imagine.
What I'm curious is because James is really good, Z&G Emporium is really good at saying, hey, crack slab. What do you put in the listing here? Hey, flow line, PSA, in quotations, flow line. Like, what do we?
Error slab.
Yeah, error slab. Like, this is what PSA's like. This is dog shit. Like, absolutely bad, atrocious.
That is bad. And so, is there multiple examples? Has there been multiple people?
This guy got 27 card submission back. 24 of them had this error. Same line.
Oh, that's bad.
I would just be, whoo, I'd be hot, dude. Insane.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Even on basic stuff or PC stuff, like it's just that completely attracts all eye appeal from the card. Like completely, all eye appeal is gone when there's something like that. Regardless of grade or value or whatever, like it just doesn't look good with that line there. So that's a shame.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk real quick about Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is freaking awesome. So we all know Pokemon prize cards. You get actual trophy cards if you win, and you get some monetary money now, I believe. In Yu-Gi-Oh! You get a prize card, but you can get jumbo prize cards. Primarily, these are given out in the side events. So let me share my screen again and take a look at this crap.
Side event.
So there's the main event, which is like the core tournament. So you're going and playing standard modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of like if you were to go to a Pokemon regional and play in a non-standard, like a gym trainer format or something a little bit different.
Yeah.
This is that. And these guys were competing for these giant cards.
God.
The one in the middle is the size of an uncut sheet for Pokemon, basically. It's the size of that. And it's a single card, Konami official release.
Oh my God.
The one on the left, obviously, is a little bit smaller, a third of the size of the middle one. Like, this is the guy in the middle one. Obviously, he looks like he's a legend.
It's bunny ears.
He looks like Naruto. Maybe it's just bunny ears. I don't know. But obviously, this guy's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Champion. The other two need to work on their fit a little bit. But this is freaking dope. I love these prize cards. You can hang them on the freaking wall, like massive pieces. The day this was announced, I had people there. I didn't have people there. I knew people there and put out an offer $1,800 for this one in the middle. And I actually sent this guy a DM. Like I looked up Konami's website, saw who won it. I just found him right before we went live, and I sent him a DM. Hey, you selling this card on the left? He just responded at, what is it, like 20 minutes ago? He said, nah, man, I still have it. Just got it framed. What's your offer?
Everything has a price.
Yeah.
That is a really cool card.
I love this. Is one of my favorite cards of all time.
Okay, so what about the artwork specifically? Do you think that plays into it, or is it more so what it is and what it resembles?
For me, it's iconic. I've had this deck on my desk that I shuffle while I'm in Teams meetings or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've always I don't know. This deck just takes me back.
Oh, so you play with Card Trooper and stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, I play with it. It's just, I'm constantly here shuffling it. It's just, and I can draw hands with it. It's just in my blood. And I freaking love this card. This is the first time they made giant cards of it. And Jesus Christ, I want it. So cool, dude. I love,
That's awesome.
Like he framed it. They're wall pieces.
Already. Yeah.
It's so cool. I hope I'm going to DM him. I'll let you guys know the results next week. See if I can get it. I got to find out if it's hollow. I don't know if it's hollow. I think the one in the middle is. But, dude, they're freaking dope. I'd do some bad things for the one in the middle. That thing is huge, bro.
That's
Huge.
amazing.
I wish imagine if Pokemon did this, like giant cards on card stock, size of uncut sheets. Jesus Christ, these things would be nasty, dude. Like insane prices.
I can't even imagine what some
And these are like literally my offer of $1,800 is like in the realm of normal offers for these cards.
I think I'm guessing each of those are technically a one of one.
Yeah,
right.
These ones are all 1-on-1s. Yep.
Like they're different sizes.
Yep.
And then the ones that are the same size are different artworks. So it's
There's
like
there's only been a few giant cards made that were duplicates. And those ones are still pretty expensive because it was a very, very popular art.
yeah.
Most of them. So, but yeah, it's freaking just one of those other little niche pockets of bad shit I get into.
Big stuff. That's really, really cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I'm invested in where that goes. I want to know. I want to know what happens with that.
I'd be excited if I got it. That's for sure.
You want to talk about Father's Day?
Yeah, I got. So for Father's Day, what are you doing? Start with that.
What am I doing? I think we're gonna have some eggs and bacon in the morning, and I think we're probably gonna go to the pool if it's not raining. I think probably go to the pool and just have a bit of family time. I guess. I don't know.
I told my wife, she was like, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" I'm like, breakfast in bed.
Yeah.
And just chill. Like I would love to do whatever. Like just similar to you, I'd freaking love to go to the pool and just like I'm not trying to do a big old shebang. We'll cook a barbecue or I was like I want to see my dad, have him come over. Usually we go to their house, but it'll be nice they're coming to our house. My daughter's birthday is the same exact day as Father's Day. So we'll do probably cake and ice cream on our Father's Day / her birthday. So that'll be really cool. So yeah, we're really just looking forward to just chilling, having a good time. Hopefully the kids aren't complete assholes that day. We'll see.
It'd be nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like that's the day where we get a little bit of leeway. Like there's a little bit of like, you can get away with not being 100% on top of everything that day, right?
That day and the day I got snipped were probably very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some grace.
Yeah, that and then getting the wisdom teeth pulled, that was obviously just drugged out of my mind. So,
oh my god, I was a zombie.
Yep.
Like those drugs really messed me up. Like I was like, there's a video of me and I'm like messed up. I went to work after like 2 days and I was like so high on oxys, I didn't remember being at work. Like she told me the next day that I'd been there. Like I couldn't even remember being at work that day, and I'd done like a straight 10-hour shift, like managing a restaurant.
Jesus,
I was like, God, I hope I didn't say anything like weird or like bad or anything. If I was that high, that I don't even remember it. Like, yeah, wisdom teeth, no joke. Oof.
Yeah, I had just to get into Father's Day a little bit more. I had listened to a few podcasts. I am a big fan of the Matthew Stafford, and I listened to his wife's podcast every time he is on there, and he was just on there, and she had asked him what his favorite memory of Father's Day or favorite memory with his dad. And I would be curious to hear what your favorite memory with your father would be. What would come to mind? Put you on the spot.
This is gonna sound so sad. I'm trying to think of something good. I think this is a weird one, but I like something really funny that stands out is his last day in a job that he had when I was really young. He got wasted. Like he got so drunk with his friends. And I remember I came home from school and he'd just been drinking all day, basically with his friends. And he was like asleep on the sofa. And my mom had like turned all the lights off and closed the curtains and stuff. And she was like, leave him. She's like, It was like basically passed out, and I just remember thinking like, that's awesome, like that's so cool. Like he just like celebrated, leaving his job, and all his coworkers took him out and just had like a blast that day, and just like got so wasted that he collapsed on the sofa when he got home. It didn't really involve me, but like I just remember that was like a cool memory of him. We didn't do a lot together, honestly. Like I'm the youngest of 6. I got quite a big family, and I can't say that like I had a lot of attention from him. Like he was a kind of a busy man, so not a lot there. But yeah, like he went to work and he just tried to like make it happen. And I didn't grow up in like the richest house, so it was just like survival mode. I think a lot of it, but I don't really have bad memories of him either. Like he wasn't a bad guy doing anything bad. I just remember him like working a lot and like just trying to like make make it happen, that kind of stuff. We don't have a lot of like fancy vacations or buy me fancy toys or anything. It wasn't a lot of that. Just getting by. But what about you? Hopefully a brighter note.
Yeah, there's some. I guess to name a couple. My dad is an awesome dad. He's 64 now. Awesome grandpa. Loves any chance he gets. My kids stay the night at his house. He's all for it. He's always playing with them. I'm glad I have some home videos of just every home video I have with me and him in it. It's him running around playing with us, like on the ground, just all like he's like balls deep playing. He's into it.
That's amazing.
And I strive to do as much as that I can. Was very never really an angry person. But I remember the one time I pissed him off. He had like it just sticks in my brain. Just to give a negative one was I knew I fucked up. Like at that like he don't gotta say nothing, and you're like, that's the last time that'll ever happen. But basically, he had told me, "Don't go on my pool table. Don't go on my pool table." He had just refelt that it spent like 2 G's on refelting, which is it was probably that much. That's a shit ton of money for what we had.
Yeah, real deal.
And that's a shit ton. And it's still like a top of the line freaking billiards pool table. And I was playing on it with my Legos. I had just built my new Pod Racer Lego from whatever, the early 2000s, late 90s. Playing on it again. He's like, hey, get that off. Don't ever do it again. And I did it again. He comes downstairs, doesn't say a word, picks up my Lego, drops it, shatters into 1,000 pieces. That was the last time I remember fucking with him. That day I learned a very valuable lesson. And it's good to have
the silent scare.
Yeah, he was never one to spank me or anything because he got the belt enough from his dad. He did not want to do any of that, which was thank you. And so it was definitely an awakening moment. But my favorite thing was just the spending the time with him, playing some catch softball or t-ball. He was my coach. Very, very involved and very cool. Like that's why I like spending my Father's Day with him as much as I can. So
that's awesome.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, I think mine obviously was a little bit different from that, but I think that's what drove me to want to be like the dad that I am, because I am very hands-on. Like I do everything. I tuck them in at night, give them a kiss and hug, like help them brush their teeth, do their dinner. When they pull up at the house, she brings them home from school, run out and get them out of the car. Like very, very involved, like you say. Yeah, so I think we've got very similar mindsets there. And why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you want to have the best time of your life with that? Like they're everything. I mean, they're everything that means anything in the world.
There's a lot of different people out there, and there's a lot of different. So not everyone's that way, that's for sure. So yeah.
We'll make it a good one this year. It's gonna be a good Father's Day, like you say. Get some eggs and breakfast in bed. Maybe get a nice coffee and just spend some time together. Have a bit of fun.
5 strips of bacon, 2 over hard eggs, and a couple of pieces of toast. I'm done. That's fun. Like that's just the weight of my pants all day.
Beautiful. Yeah. Love it.
Very cool.
All right. Let's wrap. Let's see your guys' spicy comments. Let's win some magnets this week and give us some thumbs up for the ones that you enjoy. You got anything to add? Are we missing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to mention it here late, but if you listen to this whole thing, you're going to get a special prize for the first place person included with your magnet. So definitely try your hardest, make it extra spicy.
Beautiful.
Appreciate you guys watching the video. Happy Father's Day to the dads out there this weekend.
Happy Father's Day.
You guys have a good one.
See you guys.
Peace.